the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, when Maharaj Parikshit was seeking the answers to the questions of life, after coming to know that he has to die in few countable days. Being a king, he renounced everything and assembled all the sages in the forest and made inquiries, wanted to make inquiries, and it is at that juncture that Shukadeva Goswami walks into the scene, followed by a lot of women and children who were actually joking about this man who was naked and who was, for all practical purposes, as it is said here, he was incognito to the common man as to his true identity. However, when he reached the assembly of these sages and Maharaj Parikshit, they being very knowledgeable about the Vedic descriptions of a Mahapurusha, of a great personality, in terms of his bodily features, they immediately identified him not to be an ordinary person, but he is an extraordinary person, a Mahapurusha, and immediately they all stood up and received him with great respect and honor. So, Srila Prabhupada, in this purport, is making several points to bring out the role and the importance of the spiritual master for success in spiritual life, or for success from escaping the cycle of birth and death in this material world. So, first point that Prabhupada makes is that one who is not authorized by the Lord cannot become a spiritual master. Because here, Maharaj Parikshit is seeing Shukadeva Goswami as being inspired by Lord Krishna and sent by him. Therefore, he is an authorized spiritual master. So, in the Prabhupada is saying, the principle behind is that unless one is not authorized by the Lord, one cannot become spiritual master. Because the spiritual master is a nucleus to the disciples' spiritual progress. So, therefore, Prabhupada says that it is only Lord's mercy that one comes across a bona fide spiritual master. A bona fide spiritual master is very essential for spiritual knowledge. A bona fide spiritual master is very essential for us to escape out of this suffering in this material world. Very essential. Okay, being very essential, how does one find a bona fide spiritual master? Or how does Krishna send one a bona fide spiritual master? This is a very important aspect which every devotee has to go through before he actually experiences what is spiritual life. Now, Shukadeva Goswami has been sent by the Lord, as seen by Maharaj Parikshit and the other assembled rishis there. They have recognized that Shukadeva Goswami is our spiritual master. Now, in our modern, let us say in the modern context, we see that Srila Prabhupada is directly authorized representative of the Lord, just like Shukadeva Goswami was sent and he enlightened Maharaj Parikshit and others to small audience in the forests. Srila Prabhupada also, like Shukadeva Goswami, appeared in this forest of materialism, and in the deepest forest. Vana means very deep forest. The deep forest, but it is a different kind of a forest. Forest of, not a forest where there will be peace. Shukadeva Goswami and others, they went to the forest to find a peaceful place. Prabhupada, he went to the most disturbed place. That way we say it's a forest. In other words, it's a forest full of wild animals. It's also a forest. So Prabhupada went there, and then he did what Shukadeva Goswami did. He did this not for a few assembled people, for millions of people. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said that without Krishna Shakti Vina, it is impossible for anybody to spread the holy name of the Lord far and wide. It is not possible unless he is empowered by Krishna Shakti. So therefore, like Shukadeva Goswami was identified, anybody who comes across Srila Prabhupada, his teachings, and the kind of preaching that he did in taking Krishna Nama to people all over the world, irrespective of caste, religion, creed, wealth, poor, rich, to everyone, he took this holy name. And that is why, that is definitely one of the great symptoms for us also, to see that he is an authorized representative of the Lord. So very often, we don't appreciate what is in our midst. When we read Srimad Bhagavatam, we hear, we get the feeling, oh, those days are so special. Great personality like Shukadeva Goswami came, he spoke Bhagavatam, like that, etc. But we don't see the parallel, that in fact it is more extraordinary what Prabhupada did, Prabhupada's appearance and what Prabhupada did to this world is extraordinary. If you start looking at it from that point of view, as I said, Prabhupada came, he went into the most dangerous forest, not peaceful forest, and then the Western world, which is full of materialism, impersonalism, and there he gave the same Krishna Katha that Shukadeva Goswami, he gave to Maharaj Parikshit and the sages. So there is no difference. So when we are part of it, then you read Srimad Bhagavatam, oh, Shukadeva Goswami came and preached Srimad Bhagavatam. You should feel, we should all feel that we are also blessed that Shukadeva Goswami of modern day, Srila Prabhupada, very much in the midst of us, came and delivered the very same message for us. And the difference is, millions of people he spoke to, and millions of people is continuing to speak to. How? I will explain to you. Now coming to the point of how he is continuing, because normally in spiritual life, everybody thinks, okay, Shukadeva Goswami came in front of them, spoke to them, and then enlightened them. Now, and when Prabhupada appeared here for, till 1977, Prabhupada directly spoke to everybody and walked on this earth, and therefore, he fulfilled his mission in that particular way. That is a normal thinking, but this normal thinking is limited thinking. There is much more. Of course, it's a fact that he walked on this earth and he left a treasure house of his pastimes, leelas, but that is only a partial picture. What really has happened in terms of transmission of spiritual knowledge, which Shukadeva Goswami did to the sages and Maharaj Parikshit, Prabhupada did it and is continuing to do it. And how he is continuing to do it is, if you see today, we have got Prabhupada's today by Krishna's arrangement. It is all, the whole world is under the control of the Lord. Today, technology has come in such a way that you can carry Prabhupada's, all his lectures. Even when he was personally present, that facility was not there. Today that facility is there. His own Vani, Shabda you can carry. So the spiritual master, this Shukadeva Goswami, this spiritual master who will save the world, is available to us in our pocket. For an iPod, for a MP3 player. Now one may think, what is the connection? MP3 player, iPod, a lot of technology. Which technology can come out without the control of, without the sanction of Krishna? Demons, Asuric people, they may think we have improved the world, we have found out technology, we have electricity, we have electronics, we have this, we have that, all these things. And when generally there is a tendency for people to think, this is all Maya, it's all not connected to Krishna. But it is a fact, these are all unnecessary. Because in those days, people had such high quality of memory, there is no need of recording and all. The guru will speak to disciple will remember everything. The memory level was so high, now we need assistance of a chip to remember. But our brains were more powerful than any chip. So because of Kali Yuga, people's quality of life is so low. So Krishna also plans, okay, people want to enjoy sense gratification, so they are discovering all these things. Very good. Now I shall sanction it, because these things are also very useful for spreading Lord Chaitanya's message. That is the inner reason why Lord is sanctioning, why this world is getting more and more bound together into one single world, internet, everything together it is coming. Why? Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what did he predict? Sankirtana. Sankirtana means all together, one world will talk about Krishna, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If they have to sing in glory one day, then the world has to get connected. So therefore Lord Krishna's plan is also behind all this technology. And Prabhupada says, the materialist for enjoying, just like the rat, it works very hard, makes a hole in the ground, and the snake goes there, eats the rat and lives there. So in the same way, the materialists are working very hard for increasing the sense enjoyment of everyone, discovering this, that, this, so many things. But we use the same MP3 players, we use the same CDs, everything, whatever technology is there, latest, and we are propagating Srila Prabhupada's Vani. So there is a saying that killing two birds with one stone. So same way, one purpose is materialists are desiring so much sense enjoyment according to their karma. So Prabhupada, the Krishna, the super soul, is permitting them to discover all these things for their sense gratification. And having sanctioned that, Krishna is inspiring the devotees to use it for the larger purpose of fulfilling the prediction of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for fulfilling the prediction of the Supreme Lord, that the Supreme Lord as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the most munificent incarnation of the Lord, Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Goratishe Namaha. To fulfill his mission, Krishna is inspiring Srila Prabhupada, and Srila Prabhupada encouraged every one of us. He did not spare anything. He used a dictaphone, he used opulences, he used marble temples, he used all technology. In fact, in Chaitanya Charitamrita says that for Krishna's service, everything should be engaged, and there he includes typewriters, machines, etc., etc. And then he goes, even in the list he says even missiles. You go and read Chaitanya Charitamrita introduction. Prabhupada uses even missiles. So this is the vision of the Acharya, Srila Prabhupada, to engage everything. And this is according to the inspiration of Lord Krishna. And therefore today, when we are hearing Srimad Bhagavatam lecture from Prabhupada, please understand that the situation is identical spiritual leela, like Shukadeva Goswami is speaking to Maharaj Parikshit. In the same way, Srila Prabhupada is continuing to perform his leela to anybody who wants to hear Srila Prabhupada and get enlightened about the problems of life. Suppose somebody told you, look, I will do one magic for you. You close your eyes. I will take you 5,000 years back, wherever Shukadeva Goswami is speaking, Maharaj Parikshit sitting. Slowly, I will see that you get a seat there, and you hear. What will you say? God, what a chance! What a chance! Really? And I can hear Bhagavatam from Shukadeva Goswami? My life is successful. You will get so excited. But the question is, Are you as excited as that when Srila Prabhupada, he is speaking? Identical, it is the same thing. That excitement, it is with the same excitement, we should hear Srila Prabhupada. Don't underestimate, just because Prabhupada came, he left all these wonderful transcendental Vani. One should not think that this is going to be available forever. As Sukadeva Goswami came and went, in the same way, according to Lord's wish, for some time, this will be manifest on the earth. For next 10,000 years, it will be manifest on the earth. And if we do not utilize, in eternity, 10,000 years is nothing. This will go away. So therefore, we are all very lucky to be the contemporaries. We are in the contemporary, Prabhupada's contemporary period means 10,000 years. We are all born. This Brahmanda, so many Brahmandas, where all we can take life, take birth. And we have taken birth, where we have got an opportunity to hear this, or to take part in this great Leela of Srila Prabhupada. And therefore we should not miss any opportunity. We should actually think that we have been lucky enough to get a seat where Shukadeva Goswami is speaking. That lucky we are. Yes. Now, it simply depends on the sincerity of the devotees. If the person, the soul is very sincere about wanting to know about life, wanting to know about death, birth, karma, wanting to know about suffering, happiness, etc. If he is sincere, then somehow or the other, Prabhupada will reach him. This is a Yuga Acharya. He will reach him. In different ways, Prabhupada has set up this institution by which we, the devotees, all of us, moment we become linked up with Prabhupada, Prabhupada's wish manifests in our heart, his monobhishtam. What is his monobhishtam? Is to take Krishna consciousness everywhere. So the moment we become a disciple, follower of Srila Prabhupada, what strikes us is Prabhupada's deep desire to spread Krishna consciousness. So, the disciples, they try to speak about Krishna, give Krishna's book, give Krishna Prasadam, to introduce this to others. And then, there is a whole process in the material universe. Paramatma, seated in the heart of every conditioned soul, even the demoniac person, is in his heart. And when he shows little desire to find answers to these questions, then he is led to an appropriate guru, by whose association and enlightenment he can progress in spiritual life. In other words, it is the Paramatma who actually brings one to the spiritual master. And then it is the spiritual master, after that, holds the disciple's hand, guides him, and takes him back to Krishna. These are all real processes and phenomena that happens. This is a science. So the lasting relationship with the spiritual master is through the sound, through his instruction, through his teachings. That is a lasting association with the spiritual master. Because physically, Prabhupada, our Guru, manifests in two forms, Vapu and Vani, physical presence and also by his transcendental sound. Srila Prabhupada is present. Now, in his Vapu form, several years back, in a particular way, he wound up his pastime. As a person who was walking in the midst of us, he wound up his pastimes. But still, Srila Prabhupada is also available to us as Vapu in the form of his deities. And also he is available in the grandest form of his Vani. Books after books, pages after pages, recorded messages, recorded lectures, so much. We can't even finish it in our lifetime. That much he has left behind. Srila Prabhupada has left behind for this world, for those who want to sincerely sincerely benefit from the descendants of Srila Prabhupada in the midst of this materialistic jungle. So, we are all very fortunate to come across Srila Prabhupada. Now all of you are sitting here and hearing. This is not a small blessing or a fortune that has fallen upon you. It is what in millions of lives you may not get, in millions of past life you may not have got. That is a kind of blessing that one gets by coming in association with Srila Prabhupada, who created this movement to transmit his mercy to the people. This movement is meant. That is why Prabhupada always, there is founder Acharya, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. International Society for Krishna Consciousness. He was distributing this mercy from the spiritual world to the conditioned soul so that they can free themselves from the suffering in the material world and get reinstated to where they actually belong to as eternal part and parcel of the Supreme Wonderful Lord. So first thing is, many of you are not in the temple, you are staying at home, you please make sure that every day you worship Srila Prabhupada. Very important. Guru Puja, the song that we sing, if you understand that properly, then you will feel that connection of Vani with Srila Prabhupada, and how Krishna Prabhupada and the disciple, there is reciprocation, Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashita. And then when you get enlightened, when you understand the transcendental knowledge that I am not this body, I am part and parcel, spiritual part and parcel of the Supreme Satchidananda, when these realizations dawn upon us, we know that it is Prabhupada who is shining this knowledge upon us to get liberated from this material world. So our appreciation, our relationships with Srila Prabhupada goes on growing, and which is very, very important, the relationship between Guru and disciple. It is not, relationship does not come because somebody is physically close to Srila Prabhupada. Just like when Prabhupada was asked a question about association, Prabhupada said, Vani is more important than Vapu. And he gave the example, there will be a mosquito sitting on me when I am giving lecture. Now, that mosquito is physically much closer to me, sitting on my hand. And somebody else is far away and is hearing my Vani. He may be far away. Now, let's say take the current situation, maybe in internet, somewhere very far away. Now, who is making more advance then? The mosquito is sitting on and biting him, or the person who is hearing him? Mosquito's purpose is to drink blood. That's why it's gone there. But physically very close. So, association with spiritual master is not physical closeness. Oh, I was very close to him. I saw him. Okay, you saw him, but did you ever take his instruction? There are so many people, they say, oh, I saw Prabhupada. Of course, seeing a pure devotee, his drishti is no doubt. It gives so much of mercy, because it is like Lord Krishna descending down. Even asuras, they got benefit. When Krishna descended 5,000 years back, even asuras got benefit. So touching Krishna in any way gives you benefit. Similarly, seeing Prabhupada is very rare, will give benefit. But that is not Prabhupada's wish. You just see me and take advantage. I have come here for you to follow me. You follow my instruction and benefit. So that is all very limited benefit. Prabhupada has to next level, if he has to show his mercy, then we have to follow his instructions. And more, that is where real connection comes. When we follow his instruction, when we follow his desires, connection, it is not physical connection. Real spiritual relationship with Guru and disciple is in following the instructions faithfully. How do you follow the instruction? Not mechanically. This is not some technology like some, they say in TM, you say some mantra you repeat, they put some electron, they say when you say this mantra, because brain this is happening, alpha wave is happening, beta wave is happening, therefore you are feeling great. No, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Bhakti Yoga, whatever we are chanting Hare Krishna, This is not some material effect for some brain cells. This is Krishna's kripa coming down. Inconceivable kripa is coming down. And it is very personal. And therefore, the instructions of the Guru has to be followed faithfully. With faith, you have to follow. Very important. You chant 16 rounds, not a mechanical process. No, faithfully He has ordered me, therefore I shall do it. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasadat. When we follow what the Guru has said, what Srila Prabhupada has said faithfully, then bhagavat prasadat, the Lord's mercy, the ocean of mercy will fall upon us, and only then we will get freed from this entanglement with this material body, and hence with this material life, material world, and our sense awakens as the real world is beyond this material world, beyond this transient material world, beyond this false world of false egos. That enlightenment has to come from the spiritual world, from Srila Prabhupada. Praptasya kalyana gunarnavasya. Praptasya kalyana, the ocean of mercy is coming from this. The clouds of mercy is showering rain on the entire world, and this is the actual leela of His pure devotee. He is doing it. From the ocean, the clouds are formed, and that cloud brings in rain. In the same way, Krishna brings in from the ocean of Karuna Sindhu. Hey Krishna, Karuna Sindhu, Dina Bandho. From Him, the mercy is showering on all of us through His instructions. And by taking shelter of those instructions, nobody can stand between the devotee, a sincere disciple, the sincere devotee, and Srila Prabhupada in the matter of progressing in spiritual life. Every one of us has got the privilege of direct connection with Srila Prabhupada through his Vani. If the more sincere follower you are, the more close one becomes with Srila Prabhupada. More one is trying and attempting to sincerely follow Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada is very merciful. That also he demonstrated when he was on this earth. So many disciples, so many weakness, Prabhupada is to encourage them, do service. Okay, so it doesn't matter, that happened, do service. He was always fanning the good qualities in everyone whom he saw, every jiva, even little quality to do little service, he is to fan that. And this is what is a speciality of the messenger of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. The most confidential associate of the Lord has come down to this world and performed wonderful leelas and left behind something which is more greater for us than when he was here few years when he was on this planet. Today, for the posterity, for thousands of years, people can receive this mercy, this rain of mercy from Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada's leela very much is also leaving an institution behind, setting up, founding an institution, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, where he says, I have founded this society, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, to provide an opportunity for people for Vaishnava association. And that is actually the purpose of setting up the society, the organization that Srila Prabhupada set up. So this is all part of Krishna's plan also. It is not that, okay, there is something spiritual and all this organization is material. No. It's all, whatever Krishna's plan is all spiritual. So Prabhupada set up those things, his desires to set up in the way in which he wanted, these are all completely spiritual. How we have spoiled it, it is a different matter. But at least we should understand that these thoughts of Prabhupada of setting up the institution to spread Chaitanya's message, these are all very divine. Because if you see, we all know, we have all started spiritual life, we all know how without association of devotees, our mind becomes very weak, our chanting becomes very weak, everything becomes very weak. When you come in the association of devotees, there is an energy, spiritual energy that, it's not that one is giving anybody, just being together, just sitting together and hearing and chanting now Bhagavatam. It makes little difference than if you sit alone in your room and probably read. There's more energy here. We all sit together and we chant Hare Krishna, Mahamantra, Japa. There's more energy there. The mind is defeated easily. The weakness of the mind is overtaken when we do everything in association of devotees. Therefore, this is extremely important for this world. The ISKCON organization is extremely important. To deliver Prabhupada's mercy, it is extremely important. So this is the reason why we, ISKCON Bangalore, just I will tell you one thing and you will be shocked. Having established that Srila Prabhupada's words are so important for next 10,000 years, every word that Prabhupada gave, Vani, it is through Vani we make advancement. After Srila Prabhupada left the planet in 77, the leadership of ISKCON has made and approved 5,000 changes in the Bhagavad Gita of Prabhupada. How many? 5,000 changes. One word grammar mistake, this thing, some spelling mistake while typing, that is different. 5,000. We didn't even know it was going on. But when we came to know of it, we were shocked. When we became devotees, I remember that Bhagavad Gita Macmillan edition when I got, I was cover to page, cover to cover. It was flowing like that. Prabhupada's language was flowing like that. So much so that even I would not even read the Krishna what he spoke, the verses. Purport after purport I used to go on reading. Such beautiful, this is all coming from the spiritual world. Now what they said, after Prabhupada left, they have changed the paragraph, they have changed the language, because why? Somebody is, their logic, they must have some reason for doing all that. The reason is, we'll make it look more scholarly. How can they become more scholarly than Srila Prabhupada? The English should match university level. That is that editor's argument. The English language should reach that, university level. Which university is he talking about? This is coming from the spiritual university. We cannot tamper with the words of the Acharya. If there was need to correct it, Srila Prabhupada, after publishing Bhagavad Gita as it is, Srila Prabhupada all over the world used that same purport. He gave classes out of that book. If it was insufficient, Prabhupada would have told, no, change it, improve it. He gave class out of that very book from place to place, and we have got the courage and audacity to change that and to improve that. And this we cannot tolerate. These are the things that we are fighting. Because I said, ISKCON is very important for this world. Very important. The movement that Prabhupada set up is very important because through the various methods that Prabhupada has set up in ISKCON, the mechanism, there is a transmission of his mercy. Therefore, ISKCON is very important. But if the transmission is not there, then it doesn't become ISKCON. It's only name it is ISKCON. So therefore, it is very important to understand that these are the things that we also as his followers, we have to have the spirit of bringing back the original book of Prabhupada. So, to some extent we did it. When we realized that, we told BBT Bombay, we will not buy your books. You give us, print that old book and then give us, then we will buy. For some time they were not doing it. Because we are a very big customer, they said, okay. So therefore, in this temple, we only sell Prabhupada's original Bhagavad Gita as it is. Now compare it with what is happening in other ISKCONs. They are selling the other Bhagavad Gita. So these are all the mistakes that is happening there. We are not against ISKCON, we are against the spiritually corrupt ISKCON leadership. We are not against ISKCON. How can we be against ISKCON? ISKCON is Prabhupada's. How can we be against ISKCON? We are not against. We are against the corrupt leadership of ISKCON. People misunderstand. We are not trying to separate from ISKCON. So an organization is not bad. The leadership is bad. Why? Evidence we are giving. They have got the courage to make 5,000 changes. Number one. Second one. What are the key things I mentioned? Prabhupada's kripa means his vani, his sound. That is what is coming, the rain from the spiritual world that is coming, which is going to shower on everybody and change their lives. So the vani has to be received with great faith as a spiritual master by the disciple. Now today, you walk into a ISKCON, any other ISKCON you walk in. First is you get, there is Macmillan Gita. And then there is, next they ask, if you have a tilak, they will ask you, whose disciple are you? They will ask. Before Prabhupada left in let's say 1976, you walk into an ISKCON temple. Will anybody ask this question? Whose disciple are you? Only Prabhupada. Huh? So now they ask, whose disciple are you? Innocent people are misled. Now, when Prabhupada is available, Prabhupada's Vani is available, and Prabhupada has not authorized anybody to take up that position of the Acharya, how can they become Acharyas? So, it is self-made Acharya. Self-made Acharya doesn't work. It has to be authorized. Acharya has to be authorized. Like Shukadeva Goswami was concluded as being authorized based on the fact that how can Shukadeva Goswami arrive in our midst of all the places? It is definitely inspired and sent by Lord Krishna. That is what this verse is saying. Similarly, we also have read Chaitanya Charitamrita. Without Krishna's Shakti, it is not possible to spread the holy name all around the world. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada is authorized by Krishna as the Acharya. And if that Prabhupada has told somebody, you be the next Acharya, we are ready. And this is what they told us and lied. That yes, 11 people have been told to be the Acharya. And they all have now accepted that yes, it was cheating. We told the world, Prabhupada never appointed any Acharyas. So this is the matter. Why do devotees like fighting? Devotees don't want to fight. Right? Even in Mahabharata, Krishna went for peace. And there he says, unnecessarily, first option is peace. Why are you fighting? Why are you fighting? But however, if you continue to remain aggressors, you will all die in the battlefield. Krishna did not spare any words. He was very harsh. When he went for peace talk to Dhritarashtra's assembly, he told them, finally when they were not listening to them, he said, all you will find yourself as dead bodies in the battlefield. So we as a group of devotees have asked the ISKCON leadership, please implement what Prabhupada said and what you had implemented for few months from July 9th up to November till Prabhupada left this planet. The Ritvik system as per July 9th letter which we have in Prabhupada's room office here, to implement that for initiation in ISKCON. Moment we said that, that is when the war began. Somebody may ask a question. No, Prabhu, when we go to the other ISKCON temples, there is Prabhupada Murti is there, Prabhupada puja is going on every day morning, and then, somebody we tell them that, see, you have done a mistake, and Prabhupada was eclipsed from the new generation of devotees that had come by saying that your guru is somebody else. When we say that, then some of them will say, no, we are also having Prabhupada, we are having Prabhupada Murti, Prabhupada Puja, we are also now bringing Prabhupada. One of the gurus, when we were talking, he said, no, now ISKCON is changing, we are bringing Prabhupada more and more in the center. That means what? They kicked him out of the center. If they have to say, no, we have improved so much, we are bringing Prabhupada more and more into the center. I can't even make such a statement. Prabhupada is always the center, always have to have been the center. So now the answer to that, they are doing all that. Then why not? What is the problem? Yes, definitely that is better than what they started with in 1977. What they started with is, next to Prabhupada, they kept Vyasasanas. In Mayapur and all, they kept 11 Vyasasanas. And all the 11 people sat together. Along with Prabhupada Puja, 11 people were worshipped. These are all history. 11 people were worshipped simultaneously. 11 aartis were going on in the annual festivals. And only maybe 1 or 2 are in good spiritual standing, as per visible spiritual standards, 1 or 2. 9 people have fallen away, very disgracefully, fallen away. This is not the Siddhanta that Prabhupada taught. Why we all came to ISKCON? Because we were very inspired. Prabhupada attacked bogus gurus. Yes? This was one of his main characteristics. Rascal gurus, bogus gurus. He used to attack. And we used to feel this genuine, bona fide spiritual master is there in ISKCON movement. And then unfortunately, in that very same, today there are 70 self-made gurus. In that very same ISKCON, where Prabhupada actually said, I don't have the quote here, Prabhupada in one letter he said, I hope this will not happen in ISKCON camp. And we have let down Srila Prabhupada, and it has happened in ISKCON camp. What is wrong with this? Somebody will say, everybody, we are also doing Prabhupada Puja and all that. No, but if you read Prabhupada's books, if you accept somebody else as guru, then you have no right to jump over him and come to Prabhupada. Just like we have no right to jump over Prabhupada and go to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Because this is the law of parampara. Then we are spiritually it is an offense. We are crossing the maryada. We have to always be connected to the current link. And the current link means, what is a current link? Not physically current. Current link is a link till that current link authorizes another person. Yeah? If you see Bhagavad Gita, so many names are there. Parampara. Krishna, Brahma, like that. Our parampara names are there. Vyasa, Madhvacharya, like that, parampara name is there. Each of them has, in the parampara, authorization is coming. And if you see the number of people there, if you add up all that, you cannot explain for 5,000 years. 5,000 years you cannot explain. There are only about 20, 30, 40 names are there. So each of them did not live for 100 years, 200 years, they did not live. So it is till somebody is authorized by Prabhupada, he remains the current link. And current link means he functions as current link. That is why Prabhupada Vani is very powerful. That is why anybody who hooks on to Prabhupada's Vani will get direct mercy of Srila Prabhupada. These are some of the arguments that people give to confuse us. Okay, you are taking Prabhupada as Guru. Why don't you take Bhaktivinoda Thakur as your Guru? But no, Bhaktivinoda Thakur handed over to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. Now don't take him as, and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati handed over to him. Now you tell me where he handed over this, we will take. This is a law of parampara. Authorization, please, this is a very important point. Authorization is a very important point. Why, you know? According to our Shastra, if a person thinks I am qualified for something, That is a first disqualification. Self-made means self-declaration of I am qualified to be Guru now. How can it be? Therefore it never happens. The disciple waits. If that is a seva to be done, Guru will tell him, will authorize him. On the contrary, in ISKCON, Prabhupada, even 4 months before he left in Delhi, he is telling, who is this fellow in ISKCON, this leader in Germany, who is a rascal Guru. He wants to be Guru even when I am here. He is saying, he is rascal Guru. All this evidence we have kept. Authorization is very important. Why? Because you cannot decide your own qualification for the highest job that you have to do for Krishna. An acharya's job, a person in the disciplic succession, is the most toughest and the highest, most dangerous job. The most dangerous service. Only because I have been authorized with great fear and love for Prabhupada, with great fear of Maya, love for Prabhupada, love for Krishna, the disciple, under the protection of Krishna, takes up the seva of being the Guru. The Guru is not, Guru in our system is not like some music Guru, massage Guru, etc., etc. The Guru means heavy, because he is receiving worship on behalf of the jivas. And our original disease, why we fell into this material world, because we wanted worship. So that very same disease, he has to take it in his pure form and pass it on to Krishna. So how much pure he has to be? So therefore Prabhupada says, self-made, unauthorized gurus get corrupted spiritually by followership. Otherwise, a bona fide spiritual master never falls. This is what Prabhupada taught us. And everybody in ISKCON also, 1977, if you tell somebody, oh, there are 2 categories of guru, there is a guru who will fall, who will not fall, people will bang you and throw you out of ISKCON. But now, today, the leadership has changed the philosophy. Because many have fallen, so you have to explain. So they say, no, Prabhupada is great guru. Small gurus are there, we may fall down also. We are asking, where is that teaching? Show that there are 2 kinds of gurus Prabhupada taught. You have changed the philosophy of Prabhupada. Prabhupada never said that. Prabhupada said Guru does not fall down. And we all believed that till 1977. So what happens in ISKCON? Today if you go, now coming to the exact point, just like I told about the books. An innocent soul reads Prabhupada's books, gets inspired, he goes to ISKCON. Few days, 1 month, 2 months, he goes. Then one devotee will introduce. You know my Guru Maharaj? You should meet him. Okay, he will meet him. And then they will tell him that, see, Prabhupada, when Prabhupada was there, he initiated so many disciples. Now the GBC has told, now these people are gurus. Prabhupada is your Param Guru. That means current link, he's been knocked off as current link. He is made into a Purva Acharya. We call Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Bhakti Vinod Thakur as Purva Acharyas. Prabhupada is not a Purva Acharya. If he had told somebody and given the mantle, then he becomes a Purva Acharya. He is a current link. So what happens? This devotee, innocent devotee, neophyte devotee, reads Prabhupada's book, gets very inspired. When he reads, you have to surrender to your spiritual master. What is he thinking? Is he thinking of surrendering to Krishna, to Prabhupada? No. In fact, he is also learning the philosophy which says that you should not go and directly surrender to Bhakti Siddhanta, Bhakti Vinod Thakur. You should not do. Because we have experienced all this. So we were very afraid. No. You surrender to your Guru. Your Guru. Now, surrender is very important to the spiritual master. Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashita. The spiritual master reveals Divya Gyan, divine knowledge about ourselves, spirit, Supreme Lord. He reveals in our heart. So, the Shraddha on Prabhupada is a very, very important and a powerful element for making advancement in spiritual life in the heart of the disciple. If you don't have Guru Bhakti, you cannot progress. Yasya prasadat, Bhagavat prasadat. Bhagavat prasada you get only by his prasada. So, therefore, if you read Prabhupada's philosophy, if you read Prabhupada's books, only one thing you can pick up is that you have to completely surrender in your heart to the spiritual master. You have to develop devotion for Guru, everything. After reading this, that innocent devotee, where will he put all this Shraddha? In the so-called self-made Guru. Is it not unjust? You take here anybody who comes to this ISKCON, everybody, sooner or later, who is in your heart? Prabhupada. Right? So wonderful. This is the way it was pre-77. Before Prabhupada left, this is the way. Anybody came in ISKCON, everybody, Guru, Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada. And now we are saying Prabhupada, Prabhupada. And this makes a difference because it makes a difference in the way in which the devotee will make advancement. Because Prabhupada says that one cannot make advancement under such a self-made spiritual master. He is not saying there are no self-made spiritual master. Because it's the truth. In the material world, always there will be self-made spiritual masters. So, but it's happened in ISKCON, where Prabhupada preached about authorized spiritual master, self-made. That is what we want to do. So these two things are missing. We have told, we are fighting every time with them to say that, please. And then they're saying, okay, more and more we are bringing Prabhupada in the center. Now, why not once for all fully bring in the center? Some problem is there? No, because we have already told so many disciples we are gurus. What will we do now? This is the actual issue. This is the actual issue. Because another question devotees ask me, Prabhu, are they so foolish? You are telling it is so clear thing, but why they are not giving up? The issue is this. They cannot give up because they have told everybody. They have taken worship. I am to be worshipped like we all worship Prabhupada. They have taken that worship. They have done Vyasa Puja, all these things. Can they tell their disciples, Galat ho gaya? They will not tell. Only Kala will tell. Galat ho gaya. And Kala has told. 9 people he showed. Many. Afterwards, many new people are coming and Kala is telling. Galat ho gaya. They will not tell. If they are really humble, humility has developed, they will tell. And themselves, Galat ho gaya. Okay, we were all neophytes that time, we were young devotees, mistake happened, let us follow whatever Prabhupada said. So there is one thing is sure, there is utter confusion in the other camp on the Guru issue. Utter confusion. We have no confusion at all. Imagine the irony. In an ISKCON temple, before the deities of Radha Madhava, sitting in a Vyasasana and receiving puja from thousands of devotees. That man is selling tomatoes now in America. Wearing knickers and t-shirt, he is selling tomatoes. What a joke has been done in this society. What a joke. You should know all these things. So, what happened in 1977, just to give you a feel of it, is very important. 1966, Prabhupada started the movement. 1977 means 11 years. And that means 11 years somebody has practiced Krishna consciousness. Out of these 11 people, many of them are joined after 69, 70. That means 6-7 years in Krishna consciousness. And immediately they have taken the position of Acharyaship. So now let us, because in our mind, to understand what actually happened, to give some example. Suppose I say, okay, let's say, Karunya, how many years you are in ISKCON? Just stand up. 13 years. Anybody? 6-7 years there? Prabhu? 7 years. Okay. Let's say there are 3 hands raised, 7 years. Let's say from tomorrow they sit on the Vyasasana. And you do Guru Puja for them. what will happen to their head? This is what happened in 1977. At least the Indian body, something about culture we knew earlier. We will be a little scared. Somebody does Pada Puja, you'll be scared. Hey, don't touch my feet. But there, they don't know anything. Totally new thing, Indian culture they have learned. Exposure 7-8 years. And they just imitated Prabhupada. Whatever Prabhupada did, they imitated. In every aspect, they imitated. Just like one guru in Bangalore, Shankar Prabhu was explaining to me. He was a temple president there in Bangalore. Prabhu, he is sitting here. So, at that time the guru, the GBC, he came down and he wanted to go to the morning walk. Only 2-3 devotees are there in the temple. So then when he is going the morning walk, then here only you can walk. No, I am going to the Kaban Park. Why? Prabhupada always went to the park to do japa. And then 2 devotees, who else is there? They have to cook, they have to get ready for him. So they sent him hello. No, Prabhupada used to have disciples walking with him. So this is called imitation. Very childish activity happened in 1977. It's very childish. Because of immaturity. And over the time, they cannot correct the mistake. This is a catch. Everybody knows they're all guilty. GBC has passed resolution. And GBC has apologized to the entire world. Those 11 acharyas have done very great disservice, have misled the people. There's a GBC resolution like that. But they fell into this another thing. There are 2 types of gurus, small guru and big guru, and we are small gurus. So, it is not. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement is meant for making lot of gurus. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying everybody should become guru. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying. Please understand. According to our Siddhanta, there are 2 gurus. Diksha Guru and Siksha Guru. What Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling that we all should become preachers. We all should distribute Krishna's name, talk about Krishna, whomever we meet. This is the instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and this is the instruction of Prabhupada. All of you become preach, all of you become guru. Not that all of you become guru means you accept disciple and take up acharyaship position, now push Prabhupada behind, now you take our puja. No, that's not the guru. They're all, we want to respect. ISKCON institution would be so wonderful. If they had not taken up Prabhupada's position, it would be so wonderful. Everybody will respect each of these sannyasis who are there, whom we are now talking about their leadership. They would be so much respected because they will be teaching Krishna Katha without assuming the position of guru. And so much respect we will have for anybody from whom we get knowledge, any assistance, we will have respect. ISKCON, the Vaishnava organization is full of mutual respect and recognition of any mercy that you get from anybody. But what we get from Prabhupada, how we get from Prabhupada, and everybody assist Srila Prabhupada. This is important. It's not that, somebody takes, he's always a permanent link between you and Prabhupada. No. Everyone is linked to the Yuga Acharya directly. He is linked to Prabhupada. So everybody is Prabhupada's disciples, and each of us, a newcomer comes, we strengthen his connection with Prabhupada. We strengthen his devotion to Prabhupada. We strengthen it. Don't go and stand in between. And then, I am the one who gave you Prabhupada. No, this is wrong. You are making offense. Cannot. We have to take everybody to Prabhupada. This is our duty, and strengthen his connection. So from 1999, after we raised this issue, we have been subject matter of continuous attack in different forms. The opposite camp, the ISKCON leaders, they have continuously attacked us from 2000 till 2009. They continuously attacked in so many ways. Many of you know about it. And if those who do not know, I'll just say summary. They go to government officials, go to ministers, goes to income tax authorities, go to anybody and say, these are all bogus people. They are not following the GBC. They have become independent. They don't tell why. And like this they spoiled and they harassed us. Practically did everything as aggressors. Just like Duryodhana and party. They tried to continuously destroy the Pandavas. So they continuously, all these years, they have made attempts to destroy us in different ways, including destroying the internally within the ashram, everything, creating confusion in devotees' mind, all these kind of things they do, just because we said one thing. Look at the irony. In ISKCON, we said we will only worship Prabhupada. For that, we have to go through all this horrendous torture. And then, Krishna continuously protected us everywhere. He protected us. And then you know about the last court case result. So many dates postponed, because Krishna wanted it to come on the Brahmarathotsava day. Because next story they will tell, Madhu Pandit is too smart, therefore he managed the case also. Okay, where so smart, why it did not come so many times? So the whole spiritual angle Krishna created to give the verdict on that day. Of course, they will also say, we are Pandavas, you are Duryodhanas. How do you decide? How do you decide? You have to see who is the aggressor. Have we gone to ISKCON Bombay and attacked them? Have we gone to ISKCON Delhi and attacked them? Have we gone to the government officials and told anything bad about them? Have we tried to destroy their preaching anywhere? No. Whereas they are continuously aggressive. So when Krishna went with peace proposal to Dhritarashtra, Hastinapura, when he went, there one of the main things Krishna talks is that you have been constant aggressors against the Pandavas. And therefore, you shall get the punishment. Because you are aggressors. We are not aggressive. We have not done anything. So many things we could do, but we have not done anything. So therefore, if they say that, you please tell where is the aggressor. No, they are attacking our guru. Okay, you compare. They are attacking guru. They are saying that these people cannot be gurus. They are attacking. We are not going and telling this to everybody. We are telling you people, you come down, you make Prabhupada, allow Prabhupada to be the guru for everybody. So what is the fight between Prabhupada and gurus? One side is saying Prabhupada, other side is saying guru. So who is attacking whom? We are saying that you have removed Prabhupada from ISKCON after 1977. You have been aggressors, not only to us, you have been aggressors to Prabhupada also. You have been offensive to Prabhupada also, without authorization. In fact, 2 months back, when we went for a peace meeting with some of them, the first thing that was brought up was, can we not end this fight, Prabhu? I said, yeah, we can end this fight. Leave us alone. Let us do what we are doing. Leave us alone. Don't continuously attack us. No, the whole issue is based on one property here, Hare Krishna Hill. I said, Maharaj, we are not interested in the property, but we are interested in the deities, the seva for the deities. That we are interested in it. For that he said, is there a way you can take the deities and go somewhere and leave the property? I was shocked. How can they even think like that? This is just like Duryodhana saying, Krishna, you give your army, you be in their side. You be in Pandava's side. You go. You are what you will do. So similarly, they are thinking this deity, you take and go. This is Krishna. I mean, how can, if they have so much bhakti, like Sakshi Gopal, let them tell Krishna, walk out, go to Vasantpura, leave this hill for them. Let them come and pray, let Krishna Chandra walk out. So much bhakti is there. In fact, when we started this in in 1999, in 2000, it was in a Bhagavatam lecture, it was told that Krishna is no longer on Hare Krishna hill. These leaders have preached to their followers in Bangalore city, so many congregation devotees. Don't go there. That is not Krishna Prasadam what they distribute there, because Krishna is not there. What is this kind of? You go closely and you ask them. These are the kind of things that they have told to those who are very close. Of course, people are intelligent. They question them. They see all these things. Now everything is getting exposed. They are seeing how much Krishna is showering mercy and protection and preaching that is happening. Intelligent devotees, even their camp, recent ones, they cannot tell all these things, these bluffs anymore. But those who are the people who were there at that time, their congregation, in their heart they are telling, they cannot tell now. But at that time they were propagating. There is no, don't take khichdi there. Go have darshan. And that also darshan because you are connected. That's all confusion. They created so much confusion. But Krishna has left Hare Krishna hill. Because we have offended Guru. Which Guru we offended? Self-made Guru. Shastra says when you realize somebody is self-made, you have to reject. By mistake, if somebody has accepted, then you have to reject it. So that's exactly what we did. So these things you need to, all of you are like, devotees who are, Sunday coming, you're all regularly coming for the association. And many of you are coming from other cities because of this festival. So I have used this opportunity to explain to you some of these things. Especially it is important for you to see the mercy of Lord Krishna is always falling on us. Mercy of Prabhupada is always falling on us. And I think as we go on, we are actually hoping that at least after this victory in the court that we have had, court order that came on the Brahma Rathotsava day, at least their hearts will change, their eyes will open, and they say, why we are trying so many different things, but nothing is happening to them. They are going on expanding their preaching. Krishna is giving them mercy. So some change of heart can come in them. And we are hoping that with the change of heart, we'll all again become one, united ISKCON under Srila Prabhupada. Our desire is not to become separate. No. We are saying we are ISKCON. They are saying you are not ISKCON. What can we do? Is this the preaching? The only reason, no, everything is okay. Everything as in ISKCON is going on. DT worship is going on, distribution of prasadam is going on, Mangalarti is going on, everything is going on. But for one reason, you can't be ISKCON. Why? Because you don't accept these gurus in your temple. Therefore, you cannot be ISKCON. This is the only reason. You ask them, why you are not ISKCON? Somebody say, hey, they are not ISKCON. You say, why they are not ISKCON? ISKCON means whatever Prabhupada said, everything is happening there. Why do you say it is not ISKCON? And fortunately, name also is ISKCON. The Krishna society registered in Karnataka, ISKCON. Like so many ISKCONs are there all over the world, separate registered societies. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. Our loving spiritual masters, Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Savior of the whole world, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. Yuga Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki.